This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 9, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, cops deny that they have rejected government wage offer. Militant members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force have scheduled a media briefing for this afternoon to set the record straight on the state of their compensation negotiation with the Ministry of Finance. Opening the 2023-2024 budget debate in Parliament on Tuesday, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, urged the police and other larger public sector groups to sign the new compensation agreement as the window for the payment to be made this fiscal year closes on March 31. Clark told the House that the government has set aside $10.2 billion to pay rank-and-file members of the JCF who are represented by the Jamaica Police Federation, $1 billion to pay district constables who are represented by the United District Constables Association, and a further $600 million to pay members of the officer ranks who are represented by the Police Officers Association, as he made an impassioned plea for the cops to accept the offer. But on Wednesday, livid JCF members charged that Clark was being disingenuous in his utterances. For the minister to be given the impression that the POA and other police groups are rejecting its offer is highly deceptive and does not align with good bargaining practices, charged the leadership of the groups in a message to their members. According to the leadership of the three police groups, an update was provided to their members following the last meeting they had with Clark more than 4 weeks ago. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson was reportedly present at that meeting. We highlighted the concerns we observed with the package that was presented to us and asked that all anomalies be corrected. This was about the fifth time we were requesting that those issues be addressed, said the cops. They pointed out that up to late Wednesday, they had not been provided with an updated offer and have not been called back to the bargaining table. The intent of today's press conference, therefore, is to highlight the most troubling issues that are hindering the police groups from moving forward, said the leadership of the police groups. What teachers have rejected from the government. Teachers have rejected the government's offer for them to get a guaranteed minimum rate of an increase of 20% in basic salary after tax deductions, as well as double-digit increases for trained graduates who make up the bulk of the profession. The increase is over a 3-year period. That's according to a salary document obtained by the news, which showed the latest proposed bands and the salaries for teachers and the principals of public schools and the colleges. Earlier Wednesday, 60% of delegates of the Jamaica Teachers Association voted to reject the latest wage offer from the government 3 weeks before the March 31 deadline for the payment of $12 billion to teachers under the new compensation scheme. The teachers are pressing for more pay, but the government insists that adding more funds would threaten the country's finances. News also filtered out that operations at public schools could be further crippled today and Friday after delegates yesterday approved a resolution for restive colleagues to take casual leave on those days. It would cap a week of protest for a better wage deal from the government. The minimum guaranteed rate of increase for all teachers is 20% on their current salaries. Some are set to benefit from a 120% increase. The salary documents show the minimum proposed pre-tax basic pay for pre-trained teachers to be $1.3 million annually, which will grow to $1.4 million come April 1, 2024. The maximum on the 11-point band is $1.8 million. The majority of teachers are in the trained graduate category, and the minimum offer is $2.5 million yearly and a maximum of $3.6 million. The minimum pay being proposed for principals is $5.3 million annually and a maximum of $9.4 million. That band covers mostly principals of primary and secondary schools. The lowest pay being offered for principals at public tertiary institutions is $9.6 million annually, with the highest at $14.3 million. Each band carries 3 levels, each with 11 pay points. The levels will take effect on April 1, 2022, April 1, 2023, and April 1, 2024. Some teachers have complained that their placement on the new pay bands does not give sufficient recognition to their experiences and qualifications. On Tuesday, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark told the House of Representatives during the budget debate that if the money isn't paid this month, it will take several years to do so, starting in 2024. He said the aggregate increase proposed for teachers is the largest for members of the education sector in the last 10 to 15 years. The opposition People's National Party has supported the teachers' call for a better salary offer. Vendors facing pricing challenge as farm costs escalate. Vendors at the Coronation Market say they began seeing the impact of the drought on agricultural production months ago as farmers lost the crops and saw stunted growth in some that produced the yields. Herman Thomas said that she has been refusing to buy certain crops because the level of profit one would make in the downtown area is no longer worth the load. Last Thursday, when farmers and the middlemen rolled into the market with supplies, the price of cabbage was so high that it was not worth stocking any at her stall to sell at the market price of $250 per pound last weekend. The drought affected everybody, and not me alone. Everybody it affect. Me fi spend $22,000 fi make $3,000 on cabbage, so me never buy it, and me not buy none next weekend. Me not buy it, but me know somebody else will buy it. And that is another problem because the demand from the other buyer will cause the price to remain high, said Thomas. People who sell uptown will buy it because them have them market with uptown people who freight to come at town, so them will pay $300 or more per pound, Thomas said. She also said that although cucumber prices fell last week, she was only able to make a profit of $10 per pound on Monday. Thomas noted that she cannot blame the farmers and the middlemen for the constant increase in prices, given that they have to buy water at a higher cost for irrigation as a result of the drought. The only thing that can ease you down now a little rainfall, that is it, she said. Another vendor, Susie, agreed that rainfall would be Jamaica's only saving grace. No rain now fall, so everything dear. The cheapest something right now a tomato. A drought, so what we fi do? Everything dear. We can't manage it. But what are we to do? What are we going to do? Susie told the news. She said that the high prices in recent months have been triggered by the drought. If you want a pound of white yam, you have to pay $200 feet, she said. Time dearer than scallion. Carrot not so bad, because we can get little $50 carrot. Everything dear, rice and flour soon gone sky high too, she shouted. Susie said that only God could help the situation. Lloyd Clark, another market vendor who sells from his handcart on the streets of downtown Kingston, told the news that the cheapest item for sale was tomatoes, which he is expecting to cost more soon. Tomato the cheapest thing, sweet pepper up there, sweet potato $300 per pound, string bean $500 per pound and $400 wholesale price, Clark said, noting that sweet peppers, cabbage, yam, Irish potato, lettuce, pak choy, and other produce has also seen significant increases. Clark said he has had his profits slashed by roughly $100,000 due to the low margins caused by the drought. Junior King, a handcart operator, said he and his colleagues have also been impacted as shoppers are now left with less money to afford their services. People want to pay us $100 for push from in the market to out of the car or the bus stop. We charge them a little $200, which should even be more, and them want to pay with $100 instead, King told the news. What we supposed to feed we family with? How many trips we can do with $100 each move? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.